Hello, second graders. Welcome to a new math lesson. We are in topic 4, lesson 5. Please open your math book, page 153. Today's lesson, breaking apart numbers and adding using mental math. So let's start. If you remember, for this lesson, we're covering how to add two-digit numbers. So let's see.
Find 27 plus 35. You can break apart numbers in different ways to add mentally. Breaking apart numbers means to separate them into parts. Breaking apart numbers makes it easier to add numbers in your head. One way is to break apart the second addend to make a 10. What can you add to 27 to make a 10?
Select your answer.
So we need to choose one of these numbers to change that 27 to make it 10, to make the 7 10. So 2, 3, or 4. Very good. 3.
Break apart 35 into 3 and 32. 27 plus 3 equals 30. Next, add the 32. 30 plus 32 equals 62. So, 27 plus 35 equals 62. Another way is to break apart the second addend into tens and ones. Break 35 into 3 tens, or 30 and 5. First, add 27 and 30. 27 plus 30 equals 57. Then break apart 5 to make a 10. 7 plus 3 equals 10, so break 5 into 3 and 2. 57 plus 3 equals 60. Lastly, add 60 and 2. 60 plus 2 equals 62. So, 27 plus 35 equals 62.
All right. We covered this in the previous lesson, how to break apart. And actually, we are using it, but we try to use mental math. Like you do it in your head and you do it quick and fast in the easier way that you can do your exercise. So if we look here, explain one way you can break apart numbers to find 14s. So you can break the first addend, or you can break the second addend, and you try to make 10. In order to make 10, you take them from the other addend. So if I decided to make 14, 20, that's mean I'm taking 6 from the 32. Or if I decided to make the 32, to break it apart and to make 10. All right, this is if I need to regroup. But actually, if I look on this equation, I don't need to regroup, so I can just add the 10s together and the 1s together. And that's a simple example. That's the first way we use to add two addition together. All right. Since this part we need to use mental math and break apart, we're gonna use that method. So even if you have a different way, or there's easier way to you, but let's do our practice because this is what the lesson about. At the end of the day, your answer or your sum has to be the same. So let's see what we have here. 17 plus 52. These show us that find each sum using mental math, draw pictures of blocks if needed. When we do, this is the picture you need to draw, that will help you so you know which addend you broke apart, and also you're not missing the ones, or you're not missing that you took 10s from first addend to second addend, for example, or the opposite. So that's why putting in a box reminds you and make sure that you know how what's the 10s now or what's the ones now. So we have 17 plus 52. we're going to break apart the second addend, 52. So 50 and 2. So 5 tens and 2 ones, as you see that drawing. And then you have the box where you put 5, which is 50, and 2 ones. All right. Now we're going to add the 17 to the 50, because I know that's easy to add when I have tens, or when I have one of the ones in my addends 0. That's easy for me to add. So 17 plus 50, 67. All right. And I have 2 ones from my second addend. So 67 plus 2, 69. So that's my answer. Let's do the same with the second addend. So you have the answer here. You're going to put the sum here, equals 69 plus 23. So now I'm breaking apart the second addend, 23. Okay. So what I'm having here, I have 20. And then I have 3. Okay, so that's the first step. I'm looking here, I'm doing it. Okay, and now I have 20 and 69. Can I add the 20 and 69? I think that's easy now. So I'm gonna draw a line all the way here. Just remind myself what I'm doing. I'm adding the 2 tens or the 20s with the 69. So I know 2 tens with 6 tens, that's mean 8 tens, that's 80 and 9. So I'm gonna put 8. So now I added these 2 numbers, 89, right? What I'm doing now, I'm adding what's left here, my 3 ones. All right. So if I add 3 ones to the 9 ones, that means I'm adding a 10, because it's only one I need to make this 9 10. So when I have 3, that's mean I have 1 10 and 2 ones. So that will be 90 and 2. Okay. It might look like a bit challenging for you, but it's just steps that we need to keep practicing. So now I put my answer here. So 69 plus 30 plus 23 equals 92. Okay, let's do one more. Make sure that you're getting along and you understand the steps. All right. Page 155. What do we need to do? We need to find each sum using mental math and draw a picture of blocks if needed. I advise you to keep drawing and using the blocks idea till we get used to the method and you get used to the way how to break it, which one are we going to break and all that. So let's see, 23 plus 26. I know some of you can say we don't need to regroup. I don't need to do that, but because we're learning this lesson about breaking apart, so let's do it this way. So 23 plus 26. What I'm doing, I'm breaking apart the 26. We know that if I break 26 means that 2 tens, which is 20, and the ones by themselves 6. So let's see. We have 20. And we have the 6. Okay. All right, so what's next? Remember, now we have to add the 23 to the 20, because that was the whole idea, to make one of the addends with 0 or tens, so it's easy for me to add. Okay, so I'm gonna now just draw a line here to remind myself and to explain what did I do. So now I'm adding 23 and 20. I know 23 plus 20 means 2 tens plus 2 tens over here. That's 4 tens, and I have the 0. So it's going to be 43. So let's write down 43. All right, now I have the 43. I have to add the last part of my equation, which is the 6, the ones. So 43 plus 6, that's easy for me, 49. So 43, let me put plus here to remind you when you look at the video, that's what we're doing now. And I'm gonna also put plus here, that's mean this. And then with the 20s, that's that total. Now 43 plus 6 equals 49. And that's my answer and my sum for question number 3. All right. So I'll leave you with the rest of the activity. Take your time. You have space here. You can always use the blocks. Take your time. Always go back to the video if you need help to find out what we need to do. But as you know, we need to break one of the addend to 2 parts and separate the tens and the ones, because I want to have the one of the tens that's easy to be added. And then don't always forget that you have the ones still part of your equation you need to add. All right, that's it for today, second graders. Thank you. Hello, second graders. Welcome to a new math lesson. We are in topic 4, lesson 6, add more than 2-digit number. This lesson, we've been learning lots of new strategies and ways of adding two-digit numbers. We learn about pile the tens together or mental math, breaking apart, try to make 10 to make it easy for you to add. Now we're gonna learn and work with how to add more than 2-digit number. Let's see.
$12 plus $34 plus $28 equals question mark. Tom says he can find the sum by adding 28 and 12 first. He says he can add 34 to that sum to find the total. Do you agree? Use pictures, words, and numbers to make a math argument. Then solve the problem. Show your work.
All right. We're going to work with this procedures or this method or this way that they want us to do, but there's different ways. You can add only the tens, then add the ones. But let's do what we see Tom thinking, so we can find out if it's true or we agree or disagree. Tom says that he can find the sum by adding 28 first and 12. Why you think Tom choose that 28 and 12? Because I'm sure Tom looked at the ones here on a 12 and the ones on the third number or the third addend, it's 8. So 2 and 8, he knows that he can make 10. So let's go with what Tom says and see if we agree or don't agree. All right, so he said that he will add the 12. Put our equation first. Okay, Tom says he wanted to add the 12s and the 28 first. So he's breaking apart the 12s to 10 and 2. That's the 12. And then he adds the 28. So now we say I have 110 and 28. That's 38. 38 and 2. Very good. 40. So that's the 2 parts that he decided to do it first. Then he goes and we'll say, we'll add 40 plus the next addend or the last addend that we need to add, 34 equals. So we can also break the second addend to tens and ones. So let's do this way. Let's go 40 plus 30 plus 4. So breaking that 34 to tens and ones. Now we know that we have 4 tens and 3 tens, which is 40 and 30. So 40 and 30 equals 70 plus 4. Now it's easy, 74. So Thomas' idea is 12 plus 34 plus 28 equals 74. So I do agree with Tom. It's kind of a bit long, but it's good. I used what I learned before and it was easy. Let's see our video. Okay, look over the solution. 24 plus 35 plus 16 plus 17. Why do you think the order of the addends changed? Why do you think 24 and 16 were added together? So if we look at this one, we see that 26 and 14, they were added together because we can make 10. That was one of the addend. You make it easy for yourself when you make sure that you have 10 or you have 0. So 24 and 16 equal 40. And then we have the second two addends, 35 and 17. We know now that this is, we can break it and we can have 3 tens and 1. So we add them together and then we add the ones, or we can just add them like that. So we have 40 and we have 52. So even if we have 3 addends or 4 addends, still try to make it easy for yourself to have one of the 2 addends if you add them, or even the 3 addends together to make 0, or you make 40, or you make tens. Okay, let's see what we have here. Guided practice. Add, use any strategy, show your work. So 18 plus 15 plus 12. We agree that 18 and 12, I can make tens. So that's why we moved and we rearranged, because we know when you change the addend position, you change them from the first or the second, your sum or your answer will remain the same. So it doesn't matter which order you put in your addend. So I'm going to play with the order here. So I'm going to put 18 first, then I'm going to add the 12. So 18 plus 12, using that breaking apart, that previous lesson we did. So it's going to be making tens. That's 30. And then I have that next addend 15. I'm going to add the 15. Now it's easy to add 30 plus 15. I can easily add this 45. Okay, we have here number 2, 11 plus 14 plus 39. So what to do? I know I can have it easy for myself to add if I'm changing the order of the addends to make 10. So let's see what we have. All right, so 11 plus 14 plus 39. I'm going to say 11 plus 39 plus 14 equal. So now 11 plus 39. Very good. I can say 9 plus 1, that's 10. And so it's going to be 50 plus 14. Now my equation is easy because I know that I have one of the tens. One of my addends have 0, so I can easily add it. So 50 plus 14 means 5 tens plus 1 10, that's 6 tens, which is 60 and 4. So my answer will be 64. So let's put it down here. So what I did, I just changed the order for my addends to make it easy for myself to add, because I can have tens like that. All right. Let's see number 3. Okay, let's go for number 3. We have 21, 14, 41, and 22. Now I know that none of my addends, if I change their order, it will be giving me tens. So what I'm going to do, we're going to use another method or another simple way, which is adding the tens together and adding the ones together. So let's see, how can we do that? All right, so if I go for the first addend, the 21, I know that I have 2 tens, so I'm gonna make 2 lines. That's mean this is my 2 tens. Second addend, I have 1 10. Remember, I'm only using the tens. I'm adding only the tens. Then I'm gonna add the ones after. Now, third addend, I have 4 tens. So 4. And then the fourth addend, I have 2 tens. So 22 means 2 tens. Remember, it says add, use any strategy. So that's a different one. You might find this is easier. It's up to you. Or sometimes with some of the equation, this could work better. So what we have here, let's count all the tens. We have 2 tens plus 1, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have now 9 tens. I'm going to write 9 tens. Remember, these are my tens. Okay, let's take different color and add the ones. So I have 1 and I have 4. So 1 plus 4, 5. 5 plus 1, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. So I have 8 ones. Now what I'm adding 9 tens. I know 9 tens means 90 and 8, so it's going to be 98. So that's my sum or my answer, because I found that for question number 3 it was easy to add all the tens together and then the ones together. So either or, you can use the easiest one, method or the easiest strategies that you feel it works good with your equation. All right. Number 4, 21 plus 15 plus 32 plus 25. I think this is easy. If I change that position or the order for my 2 addend, I know that 5 plus 5 is going to be 10. So that's easy for me to do that. So let's write it in the right order. So we're going to say 15 plus, oops, 25 plus 21 plus 32 equal, and I go down. Now I know that 15 and 25, I know I can count, so that will be 40. I'm going to put 40 plus 21 plus 32. I can use different strategy when I'm doing this. I can go use the same idea I use here, or add all the tens and then the ones. Or I can add the 2 adding together, or I add the 3 adding together. So I'm going to use part of the strategy I use for question 3 to continue this one. I'm going to add all the tens. So let me use just okay. So let's use this part. I'm going to have my tens together. So I have 4 tens and 2. 4 plus 2 equals 6 and 3. So that's my 10. So I add 1, 2, 3, 4 tens. I'm going to add the second add-in, the tens only, and then the third add-in, I have 3 tens. And now I can add after that the ones. I have nothing here. I have 1, a mixed circle for the ones, and I have 2 more, so total 3. So I have, let me see how many tens. So 4 tens and 2, 6, 6 and 3, 9. So that's 9 tens, 90. And how many ones? 1, 2, 3, 3 ones. So that's my answer for question number 4. So 21 plus 15 plus 32 plus 25. Don't worry, it looks like big numbers, but all what you need to do, use the right strategies or the right way that you think it's easy for you. So in this question, it was really good that I used 2 strategies together. I changed the order for the add-ins to make tens, and then I broke the tens, like break apart. So I have the tens separate and the ones, and then I add and I get my answer. All right. So that's really nice lesson. I'll leave you with the rest of the activity to continue and have fun. That's it for today's lesson, second graders. Thank you.